Welcome to Digitalkuki Podcast, where we dive into the stories shaping our world from the hills of Manipur to the global stage. Today we've got a loaded lineup: tensions at home, big moves in India, chaos in Myanmar, and some international headlines that'll make you think. Plus, we'll talk football and what's trending worldwide. So settle in with your chai or maybe some samosa on the side, and let's get into it. We're starting right here in Manipur with 5 stories that hit close to home. It's been a heavy week, and these updates are sparking a lot of talk in our communities. First up, Churachandpur is seeing a curfew in some areas after tensions boiled over. It started with community flags being hoisted in a disputed spot between 2 villages. Different tribes, different claims. You know how these things go here. A flag isn't just a flag, it's identity, history, pride. The authorities clamped down fast to stop any trouble, and security forces are patrolling to keep things calm. But let's be real. Curfews are like putting a bandage on a deep cut. They might stop the bleeding for now, but what about the bigger issue? Land disputes, trust, coexistence. Those don't get solved overnight. I'm curious what you all think. How do we move past these flashpoints? Hit us up with your thoughts. Next, let's head to Ukhrul, where thousands march to protest India's plan to scrap the free movement regime with Myanmar and build a barbed wire fence along the border. For so many of us, Kuki, Naga, everyone with ties across that line, this is personal. That border's not just politics. It's aunties, cousins, markets, memories. People are saying this fence will tear communities apart, cut off trade, even weddings. One protester I read about said it's like building a wall through our families. The government's pushing security reasons, but folks here feel it's a blunt fix that ignores our reality. This one's going to keep stirring debate, and we'll stay on it. What's your take on this border issue? Sticking with our community, Kuki civil society groups came together for a major consultation and set some hardline conditions for peace talks with the state government. Top of the list, a separate administration to address our long-standing grievances. If you've lived through the ethnic violence here, you know why this matters: displacement, loss, the fight for fairness. Seeing our leaders unite like this feels like a spark of hope, but it also reminds us how much work's left. The scars run deep, and trust is fragile. I keep thinking about the families still in camps, waiting for answers. Can these talks finally break through? Drop us a line. Let's keep this conversation alive. Then there's a troubling update from Imphal East, where suspected militants fired on a CRPF camp. No one was hurt, thank goodness, but there was a brief shootout and it's got people rattled. Insurgency's a shadow we've lived with too long, and every attack like this feels like a setback. The government's ramped up security. More patrols, more checkpoints, but I can't help asking, what's the long game here? More boots on the ground won't fix the roots of this unrest. It's a tough topic, but an important one. If you've got ideas on how we move toward peace, we're all ears. Asen. Lastly, some news that's both hopeful and heavy. The state's rolling out aid for families displaced by ethnic violence. We're talking shelters, food supplies, basic support. Over 60,000 people are still displaced. That number's hard to wrap your head around. I know folks who've lost homes, livelihoods, everything. This aid's a start, no doubt, but NGOs are saying it's nowhere near enough. Rebuilding lives takes more than handouts. It takes safety, justice, a real path home. If you're out there volunteering or organizing relief, you're the real heroes. Let us know how we can amplify your work. All right, let's widen the lens to 3 big stories from India. These are making headlines and have ripples that reach us here too. First, a major bust in Chandigarh, where the National Investigation Agency nabbed someone tied to a grenade attack. They're pointing fingers at Khalistani terrorists based overseas who allegedly planned it. This is wild stuff. Shows how far these plots stretch. For us in Manipur, where we're no strangers to security threats, it's a stark reminder of how layered India's challenges are. From local tensions to cross-border schemes, it's all part of the same puzzle. Stay vigilant, folks, and let's hope for more breakthroughs like this. Down in Bengaluru, the water board's gearing up to hike tariffs, saying they need to cover rising costs. Residents are pushing back hard. Nobody's thrilled about paying more when pipes run dry half the time. Sound familiar? We've got our own infrastructure headaches here in Manipur, don't we? Water, power, roads, it's always a struggle. Bengaluru folks are demanding better management first, and I'm with them. Why raise prices if the system's still broken? Curious what you think about this one. And here's a brighter spot. Apple's betting big on India, planning to churn out way more iPhones here. The goal is to make India a global manufacturing powerhouse, which could mean jobs, growth, all that good stuff. But big but, U.S. tariffs might throw a wrench in it. We'll dig into tariffs later, but this shows how global moves hit our economy. I'm cheering for India to shine here, but let's hope the trade drama doesn't mess it up. Anyone excited about tech jobs coming our way? Come on. Now, let's talk about Myanmar, where things are breaking hearts. The civil war's raging on, with ethnic armed groups fighting the military junta in places like Shan and Kachin. Civilians are paying the price. Casualties, displacement, you name it. Over 2 million people are uprooted, and aid's barely getting through. For us Kuki folks, this hits close. Our people span that border, and we feel the pain. And as if that wasn't enough, a massive earthquake slammed Mandalay, with thousands feared dead. Rescue teams are struggling because of the fighting and wrecked roads. I saw reports of families trapped under rubble. It's devastating. You can't look away from this. If you're doing relief work or know ways we can help, share them with us. Our neighbors need us now. Let's go global now with some stories that are shaking things up, starting with a name you can't escape: Donald Trump. Trump's back in the White House, and he's making waves already. He just hit pause on most tariffs for 90 days, dropping them to 10%. Wall Street went nuts. Stocks soared like you wouldn't believe, but then he slapped a massive 145% tariff on Chinese goods. Yeah, you heard that right. That means pricier stuff like phones, clothes, even bikes. For India, this is a mixed bag. Our exports could take a hit, especially with Apple's big plans here. It's like watching a high-stakes chess game, and we're all on the board. What do you think this means for our markets? And the plot thickens. China clapped back with a 34% tax on all U.S. goods, starting yesterday. This U.S.-China trade war is getting messy, and it's shaking up everything from tech to food prices. I was thinking about this, and it's wild how a fight between two giants messes with everyone else. India is trying to grow exports, but we're dodging bullets here. Small businesses, farmers, you name it. They're all feeling the heat. How's this hitting your world? Let's talk. Then there's the Middle East, where things feel like they're on a knife's edge. Trump's team is raising alarms about Iran's nuclear program, saying they're closer to a bomb than ever. Trump called Gaza a big problem he wants to tackle, but he's not spilling details. War talk's scary, especially for us in Manipur, where we know what conflict does to communities. I'm hoping for de-escalation, but it's hard to stay optimistic with all this noise. What's your read on this? Football sports kicking it up. All right, time for a breather with some football action. Whether you're glued to the screen or just love the banter, here's what's got fans buzzing. The English Premier League's a thriller right now. Liverpool and Manchester City are neck and neck, both grabbing key wins this week. Arsenal's lurking close behind, ready to pounce. It's anyone's game, and the stakes are sky high. I bet we've got some fans in Manipur planning watch parties already. Who's your pick to lift the trophy? In the Champions League, Real Madrid pulled off a 2-1 stunner against Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals, and PSG and Barcelona went toe-to-toe in a crazy 3-3 draw. The internet's exploding with hot takes, tactics, goals, you name it. I caught some highlights, and wow, the passion's unreal. Makes me wish we had bigger screens in every village square for these matches. And let's give it up for women's football. The UEFA Women's Champions League is smashing records left and right. Chelsea and Lyon are stealing the show, and viewership's through the roof. It's so cool to see women's sports getting this love. I'm dreaming of the day we see Manipuri players out there shining. Anyone else feeling the vibe? To wrap things up, here are 3 trends lighting up the world. From tech to tunes, these are the stories everyone's talking about. First, a wild stat. AI data centers could double global electricity use by 2030. That's a lot of power. They're saying it might crash grids and make climate goals tougher. The U.S. is already seeing huge spikes, and I'm thinking about Manipur. Our power's shaky enough without AI eating it all up. How do we keep tech growing without burning out the planet? Big puzzle. Now for some fun. NCT's Mark Lee dropped his solo album, The First Fruit, with a banger called 1999. Fans are going wild, streaming like there's no tomorrow. There's this Mark's Time challenge trending everywhere. Dance moves, memes, you name it. K-pop's got that magic, and I know we've got fans in our community. Who's blasting Mark's tracks right now? Last up, thousands marched in Berlin and Paris, demanding real climate action. Young activists are calling out leaders for slow-walking renewables, and #ClimateNow's blowing up online. It's inspiring, and it makes me think of our own fights here. Justice, fairness, a future for our kids. Climate's everyone's battle. How can we in Manipur join this wave? And that's a wrap, folks. From humble Northeast to Champions League, we've traveled the world today. Thanks for tuning in to Digitalkuki Podcast. Got thoughts on today's news? Want to share your story? Slide into our DMs on X, Instagram, or send a voice note. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay safe, stay proud, and let's keep the fire burning.